one of the obstacles, I think it's huge obstacles all across Asia, is that the criminalizations towards people who use drugs is still really high. Like for instance, there are many countries in Asia already implementing harm reduction approaches, most likely led by the health ministry. But in the same countries, the law enforcement are not really on the same page. Many cases, people from our network being arrested because they're trying to access that services. So I think the major obstacle from that angle, it's the criminalizations of people who use drugs, and cases to cases, people are really afraid to access that kind of services. So this will prevent people who use drugs to access further services because they don't want to be bothered with this harass. So this is still happening. Of course, different countries, different level and different tolerance that way, but it's still happening because we consider it as criminal, and that's the main problem. Whatever approaches that you want to put on the ground, any kind of new inventions of harm reductions, as long as we are treated as a criminal, it's not going to work. As long as there are huge obstacles for us to access those kind of services, well, it's nonsense, you know. It is really difficult when people are looking at us as a negative object. Whatever we say is going to be false. That's the basic why people doesn't want to come out, and the very base reason. But also because of some of the cultural difference. For instance, particularly for young people and women and girls. In Asian countries, they are not expected to be very vocal, right? But once they are being very vocal, they're going to be clearly spotted. And if the person doesn't have enough support, then it can be really dangerous for these persons to be vocal, right? So I think part of the culture, part of the criminalizations, part of, well, basically it's about the environment itself. It's not really enabling. Prison is the worst place, you know, in the world, particularly in Asia. There is no 5-star prisons, right? It's the food, the place to sleep, the overcrowded. You know, that is the worst place in the world. And then, of course, I mean, the chance of transmissions or infection is really high over there. If you ask me, is there a drug using, habits in the prisons? Absolutely. I mean, what are they going to do inside there? And the prison system also, I think, all over Asia was not well provided by the government. I mean, in terms of funding, they have low salary. They need to make money, I'm assuming, you know. But again, the fact is that I can say there are drug using in the prison. If you provide needles, you know, clean and syringe needle, don't you think they're going to be afraid in accessing that? Once they access that, and somebody will notice that, oh, this person is taking needles, so this person might be using drugs, and then they will investigate this person. So it's, how are you going to access that? What do we get is zero tolerance towards people who use drugs. We're still being sent to the prisons. In the prisons, the access is really bad. You know, outside the prison is not enough anyway. So I don't know with this theme about getting to zero. Is it real? Is it realistic? Maybe we should aim to more realistic, you know, saving human lives as much as we could. How many years they trying to do this approach of law enforcing approach, and they fail. And then when we tried to this human approach, you know, I said, that's mad. But they never tried. And they already said that that will fail before we try. So I don't really change. Try new things. See what happens. What is the loss anyway? Yeah, maybe it's just some reputation. It's already lost anyway. What are they trying to get? You know, we're trying to do good things here. So let's work together.